have to. All right, here we go. Welcome to Legions of Creators, episode 10. Yeah, guys, we're in double digits now. New podcast. I'm joined here with Rex. I'm sure you've heard of Rex. Rex, tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for inviting me onto your podcast, bro. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm a streamer on YouTube and Twitch right now. I'm multi-streaming. I have two channels on YouTube. One is like a personal channel called Rex Sterling TV, and then the other channel is my live streaming channel. It's called Rex Sterling Live, and then I stream on Twitch at Rex Sterling. And I mostly do full playthroughs of games. I've been in love with games since I was a little kid, and I think I was born in '85. So we got the NES with like Mario at Duck Hunt when I was like, man, 3, 4 years old, something like that. So I've been, gaming has been my pastime my whole life. And yeah, now I'm a YouTuber and a streamer.
That's fantastic. So so you do a YouTuber and a streamer. So with you being a bigger YouTuber, have you been able to make like YouTube such a career that like it's more than a hobby for you, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's I would still define myself as a smaller creator. Like I'm partnered on both of my channels on YouTube, but both of those channels are still under 10K subs. They're not like large channels by any means. My Twitch is around 2K followers, which is again I think it's admirable, but not a very large creator.
Right.
Although I've had moments, I've had moments for sure where I was doing some big things, but content creation, depending on what you're doing and like what your niche is and things like that, for a lot of, I would say most creators, it tends to be like this, tends to
Yeah,
come in waves, be like a roller coaster ride with highs and lows.
for sure.
But it is my full-time job. Like I do it full-time. I haven't had like a regular job in 5 years. June will be my 5-year anniversary since I started making YouTube videos, and September will be my 5-year anniversary as a streamer.
That's wonderful. That's fantastic. So I asked a question because I have a full-time job.
Hmm.
I'm still trying to get to 2K. I've had this channel since 2020. Um, I got into the partner program, I think 4 months ago.
Hey,
So
awesome, man.
yeah,
Congratulations. What's up, Jake the Snake, by the way?
yeah. So I hit 1K. I should get my phone. I forget. Some people on Restream don't show up on the chat on my screen, so I got to pull up my phone and so I can see when they're in the chat too. So
Hey, that's totally fine. I'm pulling it up over here, and also just letting my Discord know I'm hanging out here if they want to come and watch. Is that okay?
yeah, of course. Bring them all over here. I mean, because I also need more followers, and we all want to get more followers. So I'm down for the more the merrier, man. It's always great. That's one of the parts of the thing we love doing this. I am also going to. You guys don't have to if you want, but since this is a stream and since we do have a lot of great creators, and if you guys haven't, I don't really have. This week is kind of a weird week, so I don't have structured topics this week. There's a couple things that are kind of off the cuff, but if you guys have any topics that you guys want to talk to us about, if we are or have any questions for us and want to do Q&A or anything today, I am going to turn super chats on for the stream, but you do not have to. You do not have to gift. You do not have to super chat. But if you want to ask questions, you want to get our attention, that will be the best way to do it. So I'm going to give you the opportunity. I am going to turn it on, but you don't feel obligated like you have to, because I know we all are running low on funds. We all are living life, and everything is doing what it is, right? I mean, we live life the best way we can. But I am trying to make merch for this podcast, and it would really help me if you guys did help out a little bit. I would appreciate it. So, because I am really trying to make this a big deal. Like I want to get you like that hat right now. One day you might have a Legion's hat, because I'm working on Legion's hats right now. So it's pretty cool. All right, so let's see.
What's up, Minecraft fan? How you doing, man?
And also working on merch and my fan film. Cool. There we go. All right. So that's on. And I can see Jake's chat in the comment. Hey, Jake. Yeah, Jake is a close friend of mine. I've known Jake my entire life.
That's awesome, man.
Funny enough, Jake started YouTube before I did, but for some reason my channel just really, really popped off. And Jake is doing good too, but I don't know. Something about me, people just liked my voice. They liked what I had to say, and it just kind of, the rest is history. So it works out. Okay, and let's see. So Rex. Oh yeah, so Minecraft fan, welcome. What up, Rex and Joe? Awesome collaboration, y'all. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Oh, who's here? Chris back now? All right, Chris is back. Wait, Chris's camera working? Whoa! What? Are we gonna get Chris on camera?
What's happening, guys?
Oh my god! I think this is the first time I've seen Chris on camera.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Now I can't hear.
Did you recently get a cam, bro? Dang. Because for you that you guys that haven't been here, the entire time we've done this show, Chris has never had a camera, so this is wild. How you doing, man? We're trying to get his headphones set up.
How funny would it be if Chris had no idea he was on camera right now?
Yeah, wouldn't that be hilarious? Sorry, Jake. Yes, I did have to rub it in. You're gonna get there, bro. I promise. Hard work and dedication pays off, my friend. It does. It really does pay off. No, yeah, but Jake is Jake's been a good supporter of mine too. He's in my membership program as well, so he gets early looks, sneak peeks at my content and stuff. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, no, we got 9 people watching so far. That's great. So yeah, so I guess the first thing we can start with is, I mean, we kind of get all getting comfortable, everything. So I know you definitely looking forward to Oblivion and all that. So that's kind of the biggest topic for you right now, right? Is that?
I think that's the biggest topic for just about everybody today, man.
Right.
Like, holy shit, they shadow dropped Oblivion. That was insane.
We can talk about Oblivion Remaster because Rex was hyped. Yeah, man. So tell us, you're really excited for Oblivion. So the floor is yours, man. Tell us how hyped you are.
Well, I mean,
Jake's in the chat. Oh, there's a second Jake. Is that someone from your channel?
Yeah, Mogi is actually my editor.
Hey, Mogi, welcome. I'm Jedi Joey. Welcome to my podcast.
I mean, he's also his own person. Like, he's not just known as.
No, that's cool. There's no two Jakes.
I keep him in the basement. I don't know how he got internet access.
You keep him in the basement. That's funny. That's hilarious. No, yes, that's super cool. So, yeah. So I hope you like what we have here. We have a pretty good show here. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Like, not a lot, but like we're just kind of vibing. And I did want to talk to you guys. Like, I know Rex wants to talk about Oblivion. I want to see how we're feeling. Because we just got off Daredevil last week, but now we got Andor to watch 3 episodes, and that's a mature, one of the more memorable Star Wars shows. Oh, we lost Chris. Rex, please unlock the basement. Dang. I hope Chris comes back. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So yeah, let's leave the floor to you, man. Like, tell us, when you got. I watched your reveal, but like, tell the rest of the chat, how you're feeling about this Oblivion. Like, it got you pretty hyped.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you're streaming, you wanna give a good show. You know what I mean? And so I always try to give a lot of energy to my streams. But I am genuinely hyped for Oblivion. And the reason is because I missed the original. I never got the chance to play the original, and when I did get to play it for just a brief period on PlayStation 3 back when it first launched, I just didn't really connect with it. I was playing Oblivion at the same time that I was playing Fallout 3. I got both games as a gift at the same time. And hey, Sama. And yeah, I just fell in love with Fallout 3. I missed Oblivion, and when I found out about the remaster, which it looks more like a remake, doesn't it? It looks fantastic, and I'm excited to finally get on that train because as a huge fan of Skyrim, I've always heard for so many years that Oblivion's the better game. It's a better RPG. It has deeper systems, et cetera, et cetera. And I want to see what I want to finally get my hands on this game and have this experience that I've been hearing about for so many years.
That's super cool. I love to hear that. I've never played whatever the original is, but like if you say it's an RPG game or. Nice.
Yeah, the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it's a huge open world RPG game. It's hard to compare it. It's there's a lot of open world games, but there's not a lot of open world games that do the exact same thing that Bethesda does with their Fallout and their Elder Scrolls franchise. I think Witcher 3 is kind of one of the games that's considered like close. But yeah, like it's in like the same what you might call classes like Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, or Grand Theft Auto, where it's a big open world, lots of NPCs that have their own schedules and their own lives. And there's a lot of sim elements to it. You can hunt, or you can barter or trade, or you can just kind of role play different lifestyles within the game.
That's super cool. Well, we're about to get our next guest in a minute because it looks like Eli's here.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Everybody, welcome in. Eli.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, totally. We hear you good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah,
okay, cool. Thank you guys for having me. Sorry,
of course, man. I like your lights, man. It's got that Batman Beyond vibe. It looks cool.
That's it,
Oh, since you love Batman Beyond, I got something for you. Just get rid of this loser. Sorry, I got a loser. Little troll got to get rid of real quick. Hide. Okay, crap. No, that's not what I want. I want to hide him real quick. Doing it for my phone because it's easier for my phone. Bye. See ya. Got a little troll sometimes that, with the bigger your channel gets, the more people get jealous and, got to cause problems. So, where is, I was going to show something to my boy, Eli. Oh, Eli, want to see something? Look at this.
Nice.
It's my Batman. He just sits up here in the nice little area. He's going to fall. Stay. But yeah, so, I removed him in the chat. But yeah, so yeah, smash the like button. See, Rex. It looks like Retrolad was telling you about how I started my Final Fantasy journey.
Oh, I see his chat right now. Yeah, never played. So, did you never play any of the Final Fantasy games before? Is this like your first one ever?
Yes, it is.
Oh shit!
Wow. I know that's wild. But it never appeared to me as a game that I would really be interested in. And then start talking to Retrolad and a bunch of other people, and they're like, "Oh, you got to play this game." So I figured I'd give it a shot, which is why whenever I stream it, it's called I call it a blind playthrough. No help from anyone. Just try to get through and stream whatever by myself, and it's a good time.
What games do you normally play?
I play a lot of multiplayer stuff. So
okay.
I love. I'm all about community. When I started my channel, I played strictly Fortnite with a lot of my fans because they love playing Fortnite. We'd play together, talk about everything, whatever. I play story games too. Like I said, I played the Fallen Order. I played Fallen Order on Grandmaster. Because I did start with Star Wars as my main content. I do want to stream more Star Wars games I haven't gotten to beat yet, or put them on extra mode. I'm very what's the word? I'm trying to think. I'm very flexible. I'll pretty much play anything as long as it's something that my community would like, or it's something I would enjoy. Right now, the big hook for me is all my friends and I are on Marvel Rivals.
Awesome, it's a great game.
That's what we kind of play for. Yeah, that's what we play for fun most of the time. So that's always good. And then I really love, like I said, story games. So I have a sin to confess. Okay, so I haven't beaten Spider-Man yet. Okay, so I know that's
talking about the first one,
sin, right? No, the second one.
The Spider-Man 2. Okay,
I just went through and platinumed all three of those games. PS4, Miles, and
nice.
So good, nice.
Yeah, so I have not played. I'm working on it, but I haven't finished it. But it's just been hard with a full-time job and like trying to balance everything out, streaming videos, what to talk about, what not to talk about. So yeah, it's a tough business, but we do what we can. So yeah, no, so that's great. So Eli, you want to tell us a little bit about like what kind of content you create and like tell the chat about you, because some of us know who you are, but not everyone. So
okay. Sorry, I'm just messing with my mic a little bit. Yeah, my name is Eli, and I have been making content in some form or fashion for probably, since at least 2006, maybe more. For a while I had a Instagram and a YouTube channel where I was kind of dedicated to sharing more so specifically about like comic books and comic book collecting, but I really like talking about the fandoms I enjoy, and so I kind of wanted to make either a page or a channel dedicated to a lore I really enjoy, and I initially was going to consider making a Spider-Man page. because Spider-Man was a really favorite character of mine as well. But there are so many of them, and as time has gone on, I've kind of fallen not out of interest with Spider-Man, but the comics have been all over the place in recent years, and you know, I haven't enjoyed main continuity comics for Spider-Man in quite some time. I mean, there's been some rare occasions where things are okay, but by and large, I just haven't really been enjoying it. So but I still wanted to make a page, so I made a Batman Beyond page because that's probably my favorite character in all of superhero fiction. And at the time, there weren't a whole lot of them. Batman Beyond was sort of forgotten for a little while, and I think relatively recently it's been kind of reawakening and consciousness of people. But I kind of was ahead of the curve there, so I managed to sort of amass a little bit of an audience, and I'm really grateful for that. But now I make content really all about everything. I'll make, you know, character bios. I'll make videos about production history about the show. I'll make posts about collectibles and really every which way of the show. And yeah, so that's kind of my little niche of obsession. And you can find me on Instagram. I'm Batman Beyond fan page. That's where I've been for the past almost 10 years now. And I've been creating a YouTube channel called Beyondology. And that's going to be where I'm going to do like more longer form video essays and stuff along the lines of that, all about the show. So yeah, that's kind of me and where I'm at. And you know, it's like you said, with work and limited time, it's so hard to do these things. But it, you know, I always have the ambition to want to create more and, you know, just do new things with it. So
That's so cool.
That's cool.
Hey, Chris, do you have anything to say to our guests today?
You think, yeah, like what? I can't even trying to think. So you said Batman Beyond is like your favorite like superhero of all time. Well, one of your
yes,
yeah. Okay, cool. Are you? I'm assuming you're waiting for a movie like myself, right? Because I've been waiting for that for so long. But like,
to an extent, yes. Though surprisingly, I guess, you know, maybe this is how people just feel about their favorite properties. I'm as apprehensive about a movie as I am excited about one, in that there's a million ways to get that movie wrong. And Batman Beyond is such a visually different show that it's not an easy thing to translate to live action. And sure. I'm of the proponent of, I think that not all animation even is meant to translate into live action. So that being said, I think a Batman Beyond movie could be amazing, but it could easily be a disaster. And so I'm on the one hand, I'm still waiting for it because I know that it will inevitably happen. But on the other hand, I'm happy that I don't live in the universe where we had gotten a terrible live action Batman Beyond movie, because that would suck too.
Yeah, true.
That would have sucked. That's pretty bad. Let me ask you this: as someone who's a Batman Beyond expert, or someone who really knows Batman Beyond, is there a version? Because I know Batman Beyond had a show and they ran some comic, right? Is there a time where Batman Beyond is like probably older and at the height of his like skills, where he stands up against? You see a scenario where he stands up against prime Bruce Wayne.
I think, like in a hypothetical fight.
Yes.
Right.
Of course, hypothetical fight.
So the thing about Terry McGinnis, at least by my estimation of the character, is that he's not Bruce, and that's the point. He's kind of the kid who's he has a juvenile, you know, delinquency record. He has a bit of a gang affiliation in his past. He's not the most disciplined person in certain respects, but he has heart. And so, and the suit was always designed to help bridge that gap that Terry lacks in skill and power that Bruce had, the suit kind of makes up for. So do I think that a hypothetical like peak Terry could beat a Bruce Wayne? Probably. I mean, if you look at the episode in Justice League Unlimited Epilogue, which was the final Justice League.
Yeah, the final bit.
Yeah, it's the latest point in continuity that we've ever gotten in that universe, and it's kind of the future of Terry McGinnis, where he's 30 years old and he's an adult, and Bruce is still alive, surprisingly. But that is a Terry that theoretically is kind of in his prime and probably at the height of his skill, and that's probably the Terry that, in combination with the strength of the suit, could possibly beat Bruce Wayne. Although Bruce Wayne's brain is like a supercomputer, and that's like one of his. That's one of his. Honestly, that's one of his traits. It's the thing about him. He can always find a way, and so, and also the thing about Terry McGinnis and the suit has kind of an exploitable weakness. It can be shut down against certain technology. And if you have a weakness and you're going up against Batman, he will find it and he will exploit it no matter what, eventually. So I just, me, realistically, I favor Terry. I like the flawed Batman concept. And I like his contrast to Bruce Wayne, but realistically, I just don't see him ever beating Bruce Wayne on Bruce Wayne's best day, you know?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the chat, Talk Watch. I see that you came back. We haven't seen you in a while. My sister McKenna had a question for you as well. Eli. McKenna says, I remember in one of the Batman animated films, Batman Beyond did show up. Do you remember which one that was?
Yes. Very recently, they had done the Crisis on Infinite Earths storyline. Yeah, I still don't think I've made peace with that trilogy of movies. He appeared, he did. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense why he was there. Narratively, they didn't like have any good reason, and they didn't do anything, you know, memorable with him. But he was there, certainly. But you know, again, that's DC. I think being unsure about certain characters and perhaps testing them in certain media before risking them in, you know, things like a dedicated film or something like that.
Yeah. So Retrolab wants to know, Rex, Popcorn Rex, who's your favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero? It's been a long time since I really watched superhero films or animated series or anything like that. I mean, for me, my answers are probably going to be a little stereotypical. Like, I was always a big fan of Batman, but I was also like a really big fan of certain villains. I was always a big fan of Scarecrow. I was always a big fan of Clayface.
Well, so here's the thing. Yeah, I'll say this. I don't want to pull the teacher card, but there is no wrong answer here. Who you're a fan of is who you're a fan of, right? Whoever you know you like, there's nothing wrong with that. So, you know, you like Batman, you like Scarecrow. We all like our characters for our own different reasons. We grew up reading comics. We like the movies. A character gravitates towards us for a certain reason. That's your reason for why you like that character. My favorite character doesn't even have superpowers. Yet I love the shit out of him.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite superhero character is Green Arrow, 100%.
Great choice.
Good choice.
Yes, I just love how much of an asshole he is. And like he can fight, but I just love that there's a character out there that's such an asshole that just I can't even imagine. It's just so good. Okay. McKenna says also I agree with that take that Bruce Wayne will always be the OG and there's no one else like him. I do like Terry's traits more. That makes sense. Terry's very good. Has everyone seen the Batman Beyond fan film on YouTube here?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've checked it out.
So they got the actor who played Beast Boy on Titans, and it's very short, but it's a very good adaptation on one little story on Batman Beyond, which I thought was very interesting.
We were chatting off air the other day, and you had mentioned how, and I kind of agree with you. You were saying that fan films will probably be the future. I think mainstream cinema is on a decline for sure.
I mean, we're headed in that direction. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I have a reaction today coming out later for Star Wars Theory's Vader trailer that he released the other day, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but it looked better than anything that Disney has ever done with anything Star Wars, and that's like just like a teaser trailer. So like, imagine when the real trailer comes out. Like, it's crazy how much money he put in. I think he said he's working on it for 6 years, and it just looks wild.
I think that should also be a testament to perhaps these companies should really consider like fans being more involved in these processes. I mean, you know, I'm no film level writer by any degree, but
Yeah.
I think that someone who, like, I was having a conversation with one of my friends who he's like a big Minecraft player, but I was saying how I've never played that game. I don't know anything about it. And so I wouldn't even know if you were to sit me down in front of a Minecraft movie, I wouldn't know if it's like a good or bad representation of that game, if you understand.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
But
Yeah.
that's why, and so I feel like you would, to approach a project like that, you would want to get someone who's really like intimate with the lore of that game, if there's lore to that game, and, you know, the universe of that game. And so, you know, the same thing kind of goes for superhero properties. I think that I think you should really, I think especially when you look at companies like Sony and Star Wars, in certain instances, they just have their finger off the pulse, you know, and perhaps having a little more fan input could help get that back on track.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Sure.
Minecraft fan, was your last question about for Rex about if he likes Marvel Rivals? Was that your question, Minecraft fan? I think I'm looking through the chat, and I think that's what you said, because I think that was for Rex. Let me see. Yeah, that was your last question, right, Minecraft fan? It was. Where is it here? Rex, have you played Marvel Rivals? It's a great game.
He's away. He's away from the keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be back in a minute. We'll answer it for a second. Okay. Yes. Okay, he said yes. Got it. I'll make sure we ask that to him when he gets here. And so Rex is a Godzilla fan. Okay, I got some good questions for him then. That should be fun.
Interesting. Whew.
What do we think of this group today, Chris? Are we liking it?
Yeah, everything's been cool. Everything's been cool. Cool. What's the topics for today then, Joe? What have you got?
So I think we're just kind of going with the flow this week, and just like there's a couple things I have off the cuff. It's kind of a slow news week. So I figured we just I think we'll play devil's advocate and let the chat decide, and we'll just do Q&A.
Okay, that's cool.
And just kind of let, if people come up with something they want to talk about, we'll answer it and discuss. But first, it looks like Rex has a question. So Minecraft fan wants to know if you like Marvel Rivals, Rex.
Me? Marvel Rivals? I think it's a great game, man. I love it. Now I don't get to play games a lot off stream because I play so much on stream, and man, these hands are used up, bro. These thumbs ain't no good. So I get my gaming in on stream. Off stream, I really don't get to get, especially something like a shooter, something that's like your hands are super active. But when I do play, usually when I play a game like that, Overwatch, any kind of hero shooter or anything like that, I'm going to pick a class where I'm doing something simple like healing or something like that. Something that doesn't require like super deep knowledge of the game for you to be effective at it. I really enjoy Cloak and Dagger on Rivals.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I love the game.
Well, when you're not so busy, we always gang up and play on Discord and stuff. So if you do ever want to play, just let us know, because we always love new people.
Oh man, that's awesome, man! I appreciate it. What other games do you guys play together?
So mostly because some of us are on different consoles. We've mostly played Marvel Rivals lately, but like I said, I sometimes play Fortnite. I'd like to play, because I know they got that new Marvel arcade game coming out, right? The Cosmic what's it called, Chris? It was something Cosmic.
Is it an event? Oh no, hold on. Let me just double check.
Is that the one that looks like a side scroller beat 'em up almost?
Yeah.
That shit looked good. Oh, can I cuss on this? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yes,
I didn't know. I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
It's cool.
No, dude, for my channel, it when you pull up my channel, it has a trailer that says I mostly make videos for adults because I'm either streaming or just saying "fuck yeah," like
Yeah,
90% of the time,
yeah.
just going, like,
Yeah, that's it.
That was me today.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion. That's the one.
Yeah.
Well, like when Star Wars was really shit, I would be yelling at people and calling shit out and just like whatever. So, oh yeah, I was gonna ask. He was gonna ask you about a few Godzilla questions. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about
Sure.
Godzilla, Rex. What is the best Godzilla film in your opinion?
Oh man, so the nostalgic answer for me is the Return of Godzilla, which the American version was Godzilla 1985. That was the year I was born. I still think it might be my favorite suit. It was the first film in the, I'm not sure how different people pronounce it differently. The Heisei era. It was the first film in that era after the Showa era, which was the first 10 years of Godzilla. It was, I was born in 85. It's probably the first film I saw. And man, it was just, it was haunting and it was so serious. And it wasn't until I was an adult that I saw the unedited Japanese version, which is also incredible. I thought Raymond Burr did an amazing job in the American version, but there was also a lot more action. There was I think 21 minutes of footage cut from the Japanese version in the American release, something like that. So that is probably still my number one, but a lot of that is like the rose-colored glasses, rose-tinted. You know what I'm saying? The nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
Recently, Godzilla -1 blew me away. It absolutely blew me away.
I love -1.
Yeah.
I love -1.
I thought it
so
was
much.
beautiful.
That movie is. Oh my
I'm
God.
so happy the guy that directed that film is getting to direct a sequel right now. They're working on it right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see. A lot of people think that without getting into spoilers, there's a major female character in the original that a lot of people think is going to become Biollante in a possible sequel. At least that's one direction that they think they might go. And if they go that direction, I'm excited for it because that's I'm one of those people like with Batman, I kind of like some of the I really like Clayface a lot. And in Godzilla, some of the villains in Godzilla, I like some of the lesser known ones. And Biollante's one that I kind of a pun, but doesn't get her flowers. Great character in the franchise.
It's nice to get different characters. Now, even though it's not a very good movie, how do you feel about how they've done the last Godzilla and Kong movie they did? Did you like it? Did you think it was just I know they were going for that over the top nature, but obviously if you enjoy that it's entertainment, I call it a Taco Bell movie, right? We go to Taco Bell, it's not good for us, but we love to eat it, right? We're popping up Taco Bell at the drive-thru, we're like, oh man, I'm eating this because it looks good.
Yeah, it's a perfect popcorn flick, man. I think it's actually brilliant what they're doing with the American versions because they're giving you something so different from what Toho's giving you. I would hate to see them try to compete with Toho on these dark Godzilla films like Shin and then -1, because then it's you'd have 6 Godzilla films in the past 8-9 years, but they're all super heavy and tragic. I think it's great that we're getting some lighter stuff, some more kid-friendly stuff. I think it's great that they're giving us the other side. I mean, really, we're eating so good because there are people that prefer what Legendary is doing, and they're still getting what they want, and we're not losing anything. We're all everybody's eating.
That's what people need to understand. That's why you know what I want to bring up for a topic. You know what I've seen people say that I think is crazy is so many people. So we get the new season of Andor coming out tonight, right? And I've been having this opinion that a lot of people say because Andor doesn't feel like Star Wars that it's not Star Wars or it's not good or all these different things, right? And so at first it took me a minute to really get into the first season, but I've been really getting excited to watch season 2, and I come to this amazing realization: I'll always enjoy what George Lucas created and what Disney has been trying to create has been hit or miss. But I'm gonna be honest, Star Wars has always been angled towards kids. So the fact we're getting a more mature spy level Star Wars, I'm kind of down for it.
Yeah.
When you look at the other properties, I feel like the other Star Wars shows, it is it gives you the balance of the things you love, but just like with the Godzilla point you made, now you get something for the fans that love the OG trilogy, and maybe even love the prequels, and like they love that political side, but also they want good storytelling. And like honestly, while I love some of the like stuff angled to kids, the cool lightsabers, or this is cool, or this is what I love about this is the writing is so incredible, and it feels more like a Max show than even a Disney Plus one.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't. Oh,
Yeah,
I see. That's
cool.
all good. No worries.
Oh, bro, I was about to cry.
He was yelling, cussing me out, being funny, and I cracked. What was he yelling at you about?
My roommate's a disabled military veteran. He's in a wheelchair, and he was gone when we started. And when I'm not talking, I mute my mic when I'm not talking, in case I call for something like that, or
Me
if his
too.
dog comes in the house.
Same.
So I had my mic muted, and he just starts yelling up there like, "Yo, superstar! I know you think you're famous on YouTube and shit, but can you get down here and help me get some shit in that?" Bro, I was just trying to not laugh because he knew I was live. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to hold it together, man. He had me crying. I just ran off. I was like, bro, you got me dying up there looking like a fool. He loves trolling me, man. Great dude.
Oh my God, Redclot said were you talking about with Godzilla? They trying to do Dragon Ball? Is that what you said, Redclot?
Imagine.
Well, we're only a few movies away from when Godzilla just starts doing Kamehameha, right?
Yeah,
And
for
we
real.
ride it back.
Could you imagine?
Speaking of ridiculous
Yeah.
craziness, I'm still waiting for my Dominic Toretto riding the Raptor in Godzilla, not Godzilla, in Jurassic World and the Fast and the Furious crossover. I mean, we've been to space now, so like we got to get that that crossover.
Maybe he'll be in Doomsday.
Oh, imagine. Can you imagine? It just shows up.
Oh my God.
Doomsday's everyone. We come back from the Savage Land. He's got Vin Diesel on top of a Raptor. I don't have friends. I don't have superpowers. I have family. I'm just waiting. Oh my God, that shit would be funny. I would love that actually. I wouldn't put Marvel past that shit because honestly they've been doing so many weird, crazy things. I would not put them past that. So Eli, are you a fan of the Final Fantasy? Sorry, I can't scroll up on this one apparently. Oh, here we go. It showed up in the chat. Good. Are you a fan of the Final Fantasy or played any of the games? Playing Kingdom Hearts games again.
Yeah, so I'm not really versed in Final Fantasy at this moment in time.
Yeah.
I played the original 7 long ago, and I haven't played the remake. I've played a little bit of 9, and that's pretty much it. And now, yeah, as he mentioned, I'm replaying through Kingdom Hearts, which I've played. I've played Kingdom Hearts 1 before. I've played Kingdom Hearts 2 before. I've never played Kingdom Hearts 3 before. So
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is pretty classic. You can't really go wrong with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of potential good things.
How would you feel if
So
Kingdom Hearts 4 went in the Star Wars direction, like a lot of people are speculating?
I'd love it, honestly. I'd love it because I think that would be a different direction and it'd be something new to see them do. And if they tackled the right stuff, like they did a good story, and there's a reason for why Star Wars was brought in, because what I think is so beautiful about Star Wars is that there's so many different eras and so many different times to play. Like, look, are we playing in the original trilogy sandbox? Are we playing in the prequels originals?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? Like, so I'd love to see where we went with that if we did that. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, lightsaber Keyblade, you can take my money right now. So
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That makes sense.
That seems like something I would be down for.
Yeah. That's cool.
So are you guys what would you guys say you guys like in terms of like Star Wars? Because there's a lot of news in Celebration. Did any of the Celebration news, as like if you are Star Wars fans or just like Star Wars, casual Star Wars, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Did anything make you excited? Like, is there anything that you think
From like
will be good, or
books,
at least had?
novels, games, movies, whatever, really.
Yeah, anything. So I want to know. I want to ask everyone. I kind of know some
I've been living under a rock, so you'll have to refresh me. What was some of the notable things that they've announced?
There wasn't a ton, but there was some. So we're getting a new movie that doesn't include Rey. That's after the sequel trilogy, and Ryan Gosling is the star. Okay. And I guess it might be based off of the books, where the Starfighter books. So it's called just Star Wars Starfighter
Okay.
right now, and it's going to be Ryan Gosling and directed by Sean Levy, who just did Deadpool and Wolverine. And so that was announced as a 2027 film. And so there's that, and then we got a little bit of, even though it didn't really leak out, we know the next Star Wars movie in theaters is going to be Mando and Grogu, and we got a little bit more insight on that one, like that. You know, we got Jabba's son being a jacked hut and all that stuff, which is kind of crazy. So that looks kind of fun. I guess the biggest announcement, although I was already talking to Rex earlier about the new turn-based Star Wars game.
Yeah, I guess that is the biggest. Yeah,
that's the biggest one. Other than for me as a big Star Wars fan, I would say my number one thing I'm most looking forward to is this
the
new
Maul
Maul
show.
thing
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that I heard about.
Because animation I think have been really killing it, and even more than live action, and I think that that's going to be really cool. And I also at Star Wars Celebration in 2017 I met Ray Park and Sam Witwer, so I love those guys. So I'm definitely, I got a picture of, you can't see it right now, but in the background over here you can see me with Sam. Where if I move over? You can see me with Sam and Ray in the back behind my head.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's awesome.
So they're good. They're good guys, and I love Maul. I really love Maul. I really think that Maul is one of the coolest characters ever. And I'll be honest, and this might be a hot take. Disney has fucked up Vader so bad. I'm so sick of seeing Vader and everything because they can play him so many times that I'm ready for a change. And I think I don't want to say, like, just like you said, I don't want them to fuck up my favorite character. Like they do. Like I'll say this: if they do what they did to Boba Fett to Maul in this new show, I'm walking away from Star Wars forever. Like I'm done. Like until a new creative team, like if they like, oh, Maul's respectful and Maul's just gonna rule with peace. I am.
You know what's funny? The way you just described Vader is how for a long time I felt about Frieza in Dragon Ball. I was just kind of tired of seeing him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Oh, Eli, do you like Oblivion or Skyrim? Oblivion Remastered got announced. Yeah, Rex was excited about that.
Yeah, I like Oblivion. I like Skyrim. Forever waiting for the next Elder Scrolls installment.
I know that's right, bro. What's it been? Is 6 years since they did the teaser? 6 years, wasn't it? 2018.
Yep.
My God.
That's crazy.
And speaking of waiting for games, what's everyone's thoughts on the the unicorn that is GTA 6?
Oh yeah.
You mean the game that's coming out with the $100 price tag on it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
that'll
still
be
looking forward
minimum.
to it. I just hope it's not. Really hope it's not £100.
It'll be a good game, but it's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
I still want to. I'm still waiting to get more money so I can play Indiana Jones. Man, I've been hearing some great things.
Yeah, Indiana Jones is a great game. That's great.
Is it?
Man.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Have you ever played through it?
Yeah, I've already completed it. So I've already played through it. It is great.
Is that good? When they first made the trailers, I was kind of like, I like the Indiana Jones games. I don't know if this is one's for me. So
This one is really good because the story is like it's set between the first film and the second one, but it's like a completely different story in it.
okay.
But I will say that the only thing that restricts it is like his first person. I feel like an Indiana Jones game to kind of be like third person, so you kind of see like your surroundings.
Yeah, you should be able to see your character. That's the
what I
one
think
thing
as well.
Yeah, you don't see your character.
So I think they said they want to do 2 more games of this. So if they do 2 more, I do think they have to go in the third person route because
I miss the old Indiana Jones. Do you guys remember the Tomb of the Emperor game on PlayStation?
I remember those.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Avoiding the giant crocodile trying to get
Yeah.
I can't tell how many times I chucked my controller across the room, like, oh god. So that was some good stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty fun. I think what else? So yeah, I was talking earlier to Rex. You guys go see any movies lately?
Not yet. I should be seeing Sinners this weekend.
Yes.
Heard so
yes,
many
I just
good
put out my
things.
review. Everybody needs to. If you're not going to see Sinners, I can't be friends with you anymore. You all got to see Sinners. I'm going to preach, because I just cannot believe how good it is. I might go a second time, and I really ever go to the same movie I like, unless it's like a Marvel movie or a superhero movie twice. But I might have to go again because it's
If
that
you really
good.
recommend it that much, I'll go see it this weekend.
Definitely.
I do. If you like, the thing you got to understand is like, it's proof that like we talk about how Hollywood is dying with all these different brands, right? This movie proves to me that Hollywood has hope. If we have people like Ryan Coogler, we're not gonna get just remakes. Let's remake the Harry Potter series to be like the freaking books more than the movies, just because we can and make a bunch of money. Let's not keep making sequels and all those other things. There is another side where new IPs are rising, and this doesn't even have to be a franchise. It can be just one movie that people love, and it's great. But it probably will, because there are some end credit scenes. It probably could be a franchise if you want it to be.
Okay.
And then I was explaining to Rex is so the movie starts as it's very much a period piece of like, hey, we're in the time where like probably a little late 19, like you really get the feeling of like you're seeing like the effects of like, so Michael B. Jordan plays two brothers. He plays I think they're called Smoke and Stack, and both of them come from Chicago. They're like gangsters. They come back here to like where they live now to like make something out of themselves. And then they team up with this other guy, their cousin, who we call Preacher Boy through the movie, who's a new coming breakout star actor named Miles Carter. And there's a lot of buzz right now that this kid might be the genuine article. This kid could be our Miles Morales because people are talking this kid up. Like, I won't be surprised if we get out in 2025 and people will start saying this kid should get Best Supporting Actor at the end of the year, because honestly, he gives quite a good performance, and I think it's just believable that it could happen. Like, and you got Haley Steinfeld in here, and so what you got to understand about this movie, they marketed this movie to be like, hey, it's a vampire movie. Oh, we love vampire movies, right? Like, you watch this movie, you're gonna be like, you're gonna watch it, you'll be like, is this a vampire movie? It's 2 hours and 17 minutes, and then you're gonna be like, you're gonna forget, and then when the vampires show up, you're like, whoa, I forgot this is a vampire movie. Oh shit.
Okay.
Like, grabs you, and you're just like, you're already in, you're already hooked, you're already like, okay, yeah, I'm loving the period piece, I'm loving the acting performances, I'm loving the storytelling. And then when the vampires show up, it's like, well, okay. And the third act, like, you still have that typical movie cliches. Like, there's things you've seen with vampires that are very cliche, but it's what they do with it that's brilliant. It's the music is its own character in the movie, the memories of the blues, how the blues are done. There's this lead vampire antagonist played by Jack O'Connell, and he's brilliant. Like, he can play the sinister level, but he can be complex in the right way of like kind of going, oh, I'm seeing a better world right now for us. And like, and so the music plays into that. Haley Steinfeld plays into that. And it's brilliant. And Michael B. Jordan playing both roles, just, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I think you guys will love it. It's so good. It's got some good action scenes. Like, I wouldn't say you see it for the action scenes, but I think the action scenes for the type of movie it is pretty good. Considering it's, and also, I know he's working on Black Panther 3, but the man needs to put the brakes on Black Panther 3 and come freaking fix Blade. Just get out the freaking, get Mahershala out, get Wesley Snipes from Deadpool Wolverine, and make a good-ass Blade movie. Just do it. Like, it writes itself at that point. Like, because this movie made me just go, oh, yeah, this is the guy, man. He could do it. Because Coogler, he has not missed yet. Everything he did so far has been amazing. I loved what he did with Creed. I loved what he did with both Black Panther movies. And just, this movie is just something else. And for me, I even said it in my review. I think this is my favorite Ryan Coogler movie. Like, I think it just is really good.
Yeah,
and he's got a lot of.
He's not missed it, has he, with his movies? He's done really well with them.
You guys definitely got to see it. It's great. And my sister said Lego Indiana Jones is superior. Yeah, the Lego games are good. My sister also says she would like to see. Personally, I'd like a Final Fantasy anime.
Final Fantasy anime, yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah,
I'd like that.
I'd like I mean, I'm sure Final Fantasy anime would be awesome if I really knew the lore. I would really like a Legend of Zelda anime. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be cool. I'd be interested in Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I agree.
That's pretty cool. That'd be cool. Legend of Zelda anime would be cool. So are you guys thinking you guys are gonna like? Are you guys gonna watch Andor? Did you guys like the first season?
I'll watch it. I'm just kind of in a weird place with Star Wars. I just feel like I've been burned a lot, and I approach everything with like, if not unbelievable apprehension, like I just don't care. You know, it's it's just that point right now
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I was just hearing some pretty mind-blowing things. So I was wondering, like, with the Rotten Tomato scores are crazy. I've watched people that got the whole season, they got to watch it and say really good things. So I was just curious if what the ratio is, because it is more mature Star Wars. And if you want that, I'm curious to see if people, because I was actually really happy because I wasn't gonna watch it, and then one of my critic buddies told me the one thing I needed to know that sold me on it, which is he told me that they fixed my problem with season 1, which is they said that the Empire is even more menacing than in the OG trilogy. And I said, and one of my problems in the first season is I thought the Empire were bitches. I thought that they didn't do anything and they weren't threatening. And I was like, I want to see the Empire. George Lucas's original vision, was that this was they were so terrifying and intimidating. And that wasn't the First Order in the sequel trilogy. So I wanted to see the Empire be scary.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, even in like an animated show like The Bad Batch, the third season of The Bad Batch, they made the Empire so ruthless that I could not believe for animated Star Wars that they were that crazy. Like, it blew my mind. Guys, what video game movie would you want?
Video game movie.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Live action or animated or either or. I guess it doesn't matter.
Either one, I guess. We have some other Super Mario movies. Who's gonna go first? I know mine, and I think it's already.
Yeah, I know mine. I think mine. I would love to see a Sleeping Dogs movie, live action.
Yeah. I think that's kind of where I'm at, Chris. Too. I would love
Sleeping Dogs, man, because that game itself was like intense, man. A lot of the times, and I think if that was a movie, like, it'd be good too. I think apparently they're trying to work on it because the guy that's played Shang-Chi, he wants to get it up and running, and then if he gets the film running, hopefully they can bring a sequel to the game in it because everybody wanted a sequel, but obviously United Empire went under and stuff like that. So
hey, that'd
hopefully,
be cool, man.
hopefully we get it.
That would be cool.
If it leads to that, I think that'd be sick. Trying to think, like, what other ones? You guys have any
I have
other
one. For me, and this is especially now after seeing The Last of Us. I would really love an Infamous movie.
Oh, okay.
Infamous.
Okay.
Infamous would be cool. I like Infamous.
I prefer
Yakuza
show, but a movie would be fine too.
Yeah.
Yakuza would definitely be cool, Retrolad. I'd like to see Yakuza. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, Yakuza. Okay, fair
It
enough.
might be a cliche, but after all the complexity in all the different like characters that they've had with the different soldiers and stuff, I don't know if they'll ever make it. But I would be interested in just to see what it would be like. I don't know why, but I've been thinking lately, I would, especially after how many games they've had, I'd love to see a good. I don't know what movie, what the story they'd go off of because they have so many games to choose from. But I honestly would love to see a Call of Duty movie. Like, I'd honestly love to see what that looked like and what they would do with it. Because I think there's so many options you make. Like, do you make a Call of Duty Zombies movie, or do you make a movie where there's just a bunch of soldiers, going in and doing secret missions and whatever?
It's funny because now that you say that, I'm just very surprised that in the world we live in, we don't already have that. Like, it just
that's
sounds
actually
like
true.
something that we should
Completely
already
agree.
have.
Like, something like tanks and cars blowing up or something.
I'm surprised, honestly. It seems like it would have happened.
They've had some
for
solid
God's sakes.
campaigns that you could draw inspiration from too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. The games have good campaigns, so you could do something really cool. And there's really cool characters.
I think.
I think that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we did get Hacksaw Ridge. That was a good film. Yeah, there is potential for a lot of war movies like that. A lot of stuff. So I could see something like that. I think that'd be.
I would like to see a. Well, this is two. I would love to see a Splinter Cell or a Metal Gear Solid movie type of thing.
They were trying to work on one. I don't remember what the product. I think Oscar Isaac was working on one.
I don't know
what
what's happened with that. And then even like Splinter Cell, there was supposed to be an animation thing for Netflix. There's not been much on that until recently either. And even with a film, they had the film ideas like 10 years ago, but I don't know what happened with that. And yeah, it's all been up in the air really. Like, they haven't said anything much about it.
Are you saying Michael Bay needs to direct Call of Duty Retrolad? That's funny.
I could see a show being made off like the Dark Picture anthology, if you've ever played that.
Oh yeah.
I can see that. I get it. Yeah.
Very like Haunting of Hill House type vibe,
Yeah.
Oh, I want Metal Gear Solid done right. Yeah, man, I think we all want to see that done
Mhm.
Yeah,
right.
that'd be cool.
I think that'd be great. Oh, I wanted to kind of say, my sister said, I liked Skeleton Crew, but I wish it focused on adult pirates, not the kids. I would have liked for Space Goonies like Space Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, that would have been cool. I would have much rather. I think it would have been cool focusing more on the adult
Yeah.
stuff. You got Hondo in there. You could have played around with a lot of different
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I wonder like what would have happened had Skeleton Crew had the Andor approach instead of more of the Stranger Things approach. Because I really do think like even though the first season put me to sleep, from what I've seen from season 2, I really do feel, especially, and I know it's crazy. Like you would think a lot of characters from like Rogue One, I don't know how anyone feels about Rogue One, but to me the thing that I was kind of already kind of contemplating on if I was going to dive into Andor season 2 after not liking season 1 as much, except for the prison arc with Andy Serkis. But I'll say this: when they announced that we were going to get Krennic and K2SO, like more development with them, and Saw Gerrera from Rogue One, I was kind of like, okay, I got to give this a shot now because I loved Krennic in the movie. We didn't get to see too much of him developed, so I'd love to see. Ooh, Red Dead Redemption would be a cool movie.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
You
fire.
can see it. Get the what's that
I'd
holiday
like to
film
see
that they
Red
did?
Dead.
a
That'd
couple
be
years
cool.
back? The holiday is it Holiday Fool?
Speaking of games properties, have you guys watched Arcane?
I haven't.
No, I haven't. I've been meaning
Me
to.
too.
Heard
Arcane's
really good
great.
things.
Yeah, same.
Isn't that based out of the League of Legends universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't even feel like the regular like League of Legends and stuff. It feels like something of its entirety. Like if they start making games on just the Arcane like stuff, it'd be rad. Like I don't play League of Legends, but I got immersed into that show just on the characters and the world building, and I was like, wow, I would play games about this stuff.
Okay.
This is cool. I think that would be cool. I would definitely watch Arcane. I'm gonna see something real quick.
Interesting.
I thought I saw someone. I thought someone sent me something. We were talking to my friend about how Rex likes Godzilla, and one of my friends' group chats told me that you told me that you were he called you Captain Rex from Star Wars. Like, is it Captain Rex? Like, oh, that's funny. Because Rex is a clone captain. There's a clone captain named Captain Rex, and my buddies thought that was funny. So where is this? I was looking for something for us. Oh, okay. We do got something to talk about. We just got the first official early reactions, official ones, for the Thunderbolts premiere.
Okay, what's it saying?
What do you think? Should I read through it and we give our take on
Yeah,
it?
go for it.
All right. So first one says Thunderbolts is in many ways different from other MCU films that have come before it, and the freshness couldn't have arrived in more. I got to read the whole thing because it was one of those things where it was only showing me half of it, so I had to click and read the whole thing.
Can you also tell us where
so it's
who it's from, who the review is from, just out of curiosity?
Yeah. So this one is from Next Picture. Matt, something with the verified Twitter sticker. I've never heard of him before, but he looks like he knows what he's talking about. And we'll read more. So it says, okay, so freshness couldn't have arrived at a more opportune time. You know, actually, I got an idea. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go on audio mode real quick, and I'm going to pull it up on the stream.
Okay.
So we can
Yeah,
all read
Yeah. That sounds good.
Make it a collaborative experience.
Cool.
So let me just do this real quick. I'm going to pull this up. Because some of the pronunciation with these names is weird. It's hard to do it. So it's always easier to read who it's from. So let's go through this.
Okay.
Because I'm excited about this film. I'm just trying to find it real quick.
Now I'm brushing up on it a little bit. That this was directed by Jake Schreier.
Yes.
Oh, I
What
didn't
else
even know
has
that.
he worked on? I know his name, but I'm not familiar with his work. Can you tell me something else he's worked on?
Let me think. I thought I heard something. Let's see. Thunderbolts. Where is the thing I was looking at with reactions? Oh, here it is. I found it now. Okay, good. Okay, someone said, oh, that's a weird. So weird person saying something about that. Okay, where is the real reactions? Because I just saw something. Okay, post-credit scenes. People are saying the post-credit scenes are good. Why can I not find? I was literally just looking at them at my phone, and now I can't find the page where they're at. It's frustrating. If anybody else finds it, if they search it, let me know. Because I'm looking
Yeah,
at it. I just don't know why I can't find it right now. I'm seeing like them spread out, but I'm not seeing like the whole page of them. I'm trying to find it. Reviews with reactions. Oh, here we go. I found the page, I think. Okay. Is this it? Yep, I found it, I think.
Cool.
Yep, I found it. Okay. Good. We're good. I found it. All right. So let's go. We'll start with this one on the screen. All right, now where's it back to here? Let's pull this up real quick. All right. This is going to be an interesting experience. All right, so I've got this right here. Okay. Red Dead Redemption 3 game is expected to arrive in... Oh, okay. Where is... Oh, that's the link. Where's the present thing? Okay, here we go. So is this Thunderbolts? Okay, so this is the first one I was reading for you guys. And I'll pull up the other ones in a minute. Okay, so we got this one here. You're reading right now. So this is from the first guy I was reading from earlier. So you guys can read this one now. Actually, just have one. All right, here we go. I'm pulling it up this way.
Yeah, see it.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is the first one. I can scroll up and read the other ones in a minute too. Where's our face? Where are we at on this thing? I'm just trying to adjust. Here we go. I'll move it this way. That way I can see all of us on the screen. So yes, this is from the. So his handle is next picture. Yeah. So here we go. Yeah, I appreciate you guys subbing to my friends. All right. So we got. So Thunderbolts is in many ways different from other MCU films that have come before. All that freshness couldn't have arrived at a more opportune time when the franchise is in need of new blood and direction. It's some of Marvel's darkest material to date, dealing with the emotional wreckage of broken individual grappling with their past choices and finding amongst the emptiness of their lives. This may be a team-up film, but very much belongs to Florence Pugh, who carries much of the dramatic weight, the movie on her back. Well, Lewis, is it Pullman?
Yeah, Pullman, yeah.
Delivers a complex performance as a sympathetic character. If you guys don't know, that's Sentry from the comics.
Okay.
At war with himself. And it may not be the flashiest, funniest, or strongest Marvel movies, but its rough edges and imperfections somehow all feel fitting for this anti-hero team of misfits. So that's the first one. What do we think about what's said?
So I'm assuming it's like Avengers kind of mishmashed with Suicide Squad. That's kind of the vibe.
That's basically the vibe. Is Thunderbolts was a team in the comics, and now basically it is Thunderbolts is like Marvel's Suicide Squad, basically.
Right.
But unlike the Suicide Squad movie, we're actually getting evil Superman as the villain. So they're doing a better version of Suicide Squad kills the Justice League, but with like minor characters.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a lot more serious as well, not constant like jokes every like 5-10 minutes.
There was an interview where I think it was, what was it? Where did I pull it up somewhere? There was an interview somewhere where Florence said it was like more A24 and less Marvel.
Okay, that's cool.
Which I thought was interesting. Let's see, do we have any more? I thought I had more. Yeah, I think we have more. Let me find. Okay, so he said that. Okay, now where's the next ones? Because usually in the comments there's more. So he did this one. I'm confused on where just his comments. Where's the rest of the regular reactions? Oh, because this is his post. I got to go back, I think. Yep. So this is the first one. Okay, so here's another one. So let's read this one next. This one mentions about the mid-credit scenes, so that just to tell people that there's two of them. a mid, and a post. So now we got Thunderbolts is raw, hilarious, and deeply human. It's a bold dive into trauma, healing, and redemption. Proof that even the so-called defective losers and disposition can rise above their past and become the heroes no one expected. It's gritty, emotional, and unlike anything Marvel has done before. A must-see story that hits where it hurts and heals where it matters. One mid, one post-credits.
Okay.
See, they keep saying it's unlike anything Marvel's done before, and I can't picture what that looks like. So
Yeah, because I hear it.
It's so this a lot of these people that get paid off. This thing you got to get used to is everyone says that about every Marvel movie because that's what Marvel wants to see to keep letting these people go to premieres. Right. It's like the gimmick of what they do. So even if this movie is good, they have to say, because these are first reactions and the embargo is dropped, everyone has to say this to kind of show that they're excited to keep getting invited to premieres. So basically, all these people are paid off, which is unfortunate. But I do believe some of the things they are saying because I have heard really good things about this movie from reliable people that are not bought out by Marvel. So, Rex and Eli, have you guys seen Dune Part 1 and Part 2?
I have not.
Rex wants to know.
I've seen Part 1. I have not seen Part 2 yet.
Yeah, Rex loves Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I will say Dune 2 was better than Part 1. I will say that.
I've been hearing really good things about it. I just hadn't had a chance to catch it yet.
Yeah.
Do you have any legitimate people? I want to see if there's anybody that's actually that's not paid off here. Okay.
When does it come out? Next week, or is it this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think it's like the typical Marvel, like first week of May.
Yeah.
So, come on, where is it not loading? I'm so confused. No, it's not. Nothing's loading. I'm annoyed. Okay, you know what? Screw it. It's not. It didn't want to cooperate for me. It's like, it's not. I can't load. Oh, now I'm trying to come back to the thing. Okay, good. I'm coming back. It's just taking forever to zoom out of the whole process. Yay, we're back. It's just slow getting back to where we were. All right. So now let's see if I can read it. It was just not cooperating for me. So I was like, well, then, okay, there's any other ones that we haven't seen. Okay, everyone just says stick around for the credits. Perhaps Mike, Thunderbolts was awesome. Tons of implications on how the MCU is moving forward. The team works well. Plenty of emotion. Yelena is the MVP. Most people are kind of saying the same thing. We'll see it for Yelena, whatever. Stuff like that. And then a lot of this stuff is just interesting. Like all clumped together. Shocked how good Thunderbolts is from Brandon Norwood. Is putting emphasis on character work and practical action. Makes this feel like the old Marvel and has us for a decade plus. Wish we'd gotten this sooner. Helps that this is a dysfunctional team. Has chemistry too. Any more thoughts on that? You guys feeling any interest?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to see it for myself.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to trust these people. I think I just want to go see it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's just we don't know. Because the thing is, like, we all know typically how a Marvel movie should feel, really.
Yeah, and even though there's been early like test screenings for this movie, even earlier than Brave New World, people were saying Brave New World was good when reactions came out, and that did not. That was not. So.
I think it has all the ingredients of a good movie, and frankly, I want Marvel to make a good movie. I want it to win. I just when they say it looks like nothing Marvel's ever done before, like I don't know what that looks like. So I
think it's one of those things where like seeing is believing, and it's just kind of like you got to see it yourself and give your judgment on it when you see it.
Yeah. So we'll see. I hope it's good.
Here's how I'm going to look at it. It's a Marvel movie. I went into Sinners with like it being one of my most anticipated movies of the year because I knew that I liked Ryan Coogler and I know that he's a good director. But I'm not going to give Marvel the same like expectations because I can't trust them nowadays. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in expecting Suicide Squad, Marvel, and enjoy that and see what happens.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, I don't
and then
really have an
Rex-
expectation.
Rex and Eli want to know. They want you to ask me. Do you think I will lose my mind seeing Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII? Apparently.
I think Final Fantasy VII. I mean, as a non-Final Fantasy expert or anything, I think it was a really fun game. I'm definitely. I haven't played the remake, so I don't know if that's the version he's talking about.
Yeah.
Probably. I haven't played it though. But the original long ago was good.
I think he's talking about the original because I'm playing the original. I'm not playing the remake right now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. In the original, you'll be hyped to see Sephiroth.
Oh, that's cool.
But I think in the remake though, how they've done him and everything, you're gonna be even more like, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I'm trying to think what else. I had something else. Oh yeah, let me see. There's a set I use for a lot of my videos. I wanted to pull up to see if there was any other new news that came out today, because it's just really been kind of a weird day, and I wanted to be fun to talk about because it makes it fun. Otherwise, I'll come up with something. But I just it's kind of nice to get a few things to talk about. Also, we could open the floor up. You know, we'll have some fun a little bit. Okay. I got an idea. Of doing something fun to do. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. So, since Rex and Eli you guys are pretty experienced at YouTube, tell us about, and we'll do each of you guys. You guys each get time to do it. We'll start with Rex. Rex, what is obviously if you can't pick one, you can say several or whatever fits. But what has been not necessarily the best in terms of yes, it's great that it hit good views, but what has been your favorite piece of content you've made, and why did you enjoy making it, or were you just glad that it hit good views, or was it something you genuinely had fun talking about or making?
I'd probably say my favorite piece of content that I've ever made was probably a live stream that I did in late 2021. It was August or September. It was the Abandoned stream that I did on my channel. That was when Blue Box was dropping that game Abandoned, and all of the YouTubers, a lot of us like Konami fans, thought for sure that Kojima was working on something related to maybe Silent Hill or Metal Gear Solid. And then the studio, when they were teasing the game, they were teasing it in a way that would intentionally make you think that. It ended up being a scam. But what ended up happening for me was I went live to cover it the day that they were going to release the trailer. And because it was a scam and they didn't actually have a trailer, the studio ended up delaying. It was on a Tuesday, and they ended up saying, "Oh, we don't have the footage. We can't do it right now. Sorry." And so all the YouTubers ended their streams, and so Yang, MBG, all these bigger YouTubers ended their streams. And at the time, I think I had 600 or 700 subscribers on my channel, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay alive. So I'm gonna stay alive until they drop this shit. So I did, and I went from that Tuesday to that Friday. I went from, I think I probably had 15 or 20 viewers when I started that live stream. It went for 79 hours, and I had over 5,000 people in my chat when it ended.
Holy smokes!
And
dude,
yeah, it was it was crazy. Dexerto was writing articles about me. Comicbook.com wrote an article about me. Jason
crazy.
Schreier was covering it. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And that was kind of what set me off good to go. I went from 700 subscribers to 4,000, and that's when I got my channels partnered, and I was able to start making money, and I quit my job, and since then I've been doing YouTube and streaming full time. And I've done some things I'm really proud of since then, but that was just crazy. I mean, in order to sleep, I was just leaving the stream on and passing out, bro. And then waking up and getting back on the mic, and what I miss, guys. Let me pull up Twitter. So did Kojima tweet? And man, and then the best part about it was the stream was 79 hours, but at the 74-hour mark, that's where they finally dropped the trailer. And their trailer was a 6-second cinematic clip that they had already shown on Twitter. So that reaction got over 100,000 views.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so that was like, it ended up being like terrible for me in terms of the game, but great for my career. And you know, I still have people you know, 4 years later that'll come into my chat and be like, man, I haven't been here since Abandoned, bro, but I'm still subbed and just had to come and tell you I still think about that stream. And it's like, damn, man, that's a good feeling, man. You know, that's a good feeling.
Amazing.
That's it for me. Yeah,
That's crazy. I like that. That's a cool answer. What about you, Eli? You got something?
It's funny, like when it comes to the Batman Beyond pages that I've created, some of them have just absolutely blown up. I'm at a point now where I give equal attention to different social media platforms. I'm trying to kind of grow them all simultaneously under the same name right now. And so I post, if I create a video, I'll post it like YouTube, I'll post it on Instagram, I'll post it on TikTok. Perhaps I'll have to cut it in different ways, but it's relatively the same content going in different places. So different videos perform differently, you know, on different apps. So what blows up on YouTube might get ignored on Instagram, but what blows up on Instagram might get slept on YouTube, kind of thing. And right. At this point, I'm cranking them out. So it's so funny. Like, I guess in a sense, I'm like proud of all of them because I give so much attention to the video I'm creating. And then once it's posted, once I circulate it, like I it's kind of out of mind. I'm on to the next project. But I would say the ones I'm most proud of, very recently, I had a conversation. I'm part of a Batman Beyond podcast. It's called Above and Batman Beyond, hosted by me and another gentleman named Benjamin David.
Such a cool name.
Yeah. and we had a conversation with Miss Lolita Ritmanis, who is one of the one of the 4 composers of Batman Beyond. And we got to talk to her, and she spoke to us about, you know, how she went about scoring episodes. And I got to ask her about some of my favorite episodes. And it was just such an honor, and to even like be in the same room as her, you know, kind of thing. So you know, virtually, so to speak. But I'm proud of that. I'm proud of just having been able to even talk to her, and I'm proud of the growth that my Instagram has had. But again, it's like any particular video. I don't know. I've just made so many of them. You know, I'm proud of all of them, and I'm also very grateful. I'm very just grateful to that people care enough to tune in to my opinion, or tune in to like the posts that I create and the videos I create, and to give feedback and to talk about their experience with the show, and connecting with other fans like that. It's like everything, man. So
that's amazing.
So it's been cool, and you know, I have big plans for the YouTube channel. The YouTube side of things are just now getting started in terms of that particular channel. I kind of grew out on Instagram, and I've been growing on TikTok pretty steadily recently. But YouTube is more the app that has like long form content, and that's what I'm more interested in. So I'll be doing more of that. But
I agree. That's fantastic.
And I don't know. There's a YouTube channel you guys should check out. It's called the Watchtower Database. They're pretty big, and they're also like huge into the DC Bruce Timm Batman animated series universe. And I've done some collaboration with them to varying degree, and it's been an honor to work with channels like that even. So just like the fans, the other fans you meet, the other creative fans you meet in these spaces, like it's just amazing, you know?
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I love hearing that. So Retro has a question for all of us. It looks like, are we talking about when we talk about DC? Where can the DCU go with Superman and the Justice League, Batman, etc.? So I guess I'm going to let Eli lead this one. Then we can all kind of give answers if we feel we need to, because he's our DC resident expert. So I'm going to let him take the floor.
I'm just rereading the question as we're talking about DC. Where can DCU go with Superman? And okay, yeah, I mean, well, from where it seems like they're going, Batman's gonna have his Brave and the Bold movie, correct? That's gonna be like him and Damian, from what I understand.
We're also going to see him before that because apparently he's in Clayface.
The show coming out?
No, there's a movie.
Oh, there's a Clayface. Did I miss that? There's a Clayface movie coming out?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
man, it's gonna be like a horror film. Apparently, that's what
okay, cool. So, but I think the first like full Batman movie we're getting is going to be Brave and the Bold, if that's still happening. So, I'm not surprised that they're starting that at that status quo with Damian being Robin. I'm begrudgingly okay with it, I guess. Though I would really prefer if we kind of backed it up and had like Tim Drake as Robin. Though that's my bias talking.
Yeah.
But in terms of moving forward, I mean, you know, we don't have to worry about them retreading the origin. We're way past that. The Bat family should be established, so it should be cool to see that. In terms of Superman, I'm having a hard time gathering what year Superman this is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be like a year one Superman or something?
It seems like he's done it for a while, but he's not like an expert.
Yeah,
like, he seems like he's
year two. I think year two would be the.
Yeah, I think year two.
I only ask because you know he looks young, but he seems pretty established in the role as Superman. So, you know, I don't know how much continuity is behind him at the moment. So I don't really know where they're going to be jumping in from.
I know. I think I remember. I don't think Lois and Clark are together yet. Like I think they're in the movie together, and I think they will be together at some point. But I think they're still establishing the whole Clark Kent
relationship
between the two of them. So,
yeah,
from what I've been able to piece together.
Yeah, I hope in terms of Justice League, I actually hope that we have sort of this Justice League Unlimited-esque roster where it's just like the Watchtower or some type of base, the fortress, something is already established. The Hall, it's already established, and there's just superheroes. They're just you know, dozens of them, you know, on the team. And I would love, because then you could do it, the show did, in like every Justice League movie or every you know, you could just have movies with totally different teams. You know, you could interchange what characters you do at any time. And I think that'd be a lot more fun than building it up from the beginning again, you know, just have the established Justice League and play with all the characters.
Yeah, I get it.
I think that's great. So Retrolad says, I think he says he's been Superman for 5 years.
Okay, yeah, that seems right.
Yeah, so that's the one.
Yes, that makes sense. Do you have any notes on this, Brooks?
On this in particular? No, I'll be honest with you. When it comes to like superhero movies and stuff like that, I'm so far like out of the loop. You guys are like educating me right now on this.
Yeah. Right on.
Hey, we don't mind to educate, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to catch up a little bit because, you know, I was, man, I think the last time I was really, really heavy into it was probably like mid 2000s. Like I was there for the Spider-Man movies. I was there for the Dark Knight trilogy. I was there when, you know, they started doing the other like X-Men films like First Class and stuff like that. But after like around like 2012, 2013, like it was just movies in general I wasn't watching. Like I was just going through stuff in my personal life, like with my job being crap and being broke, and I couldn't go nowhere. My car, I was walking to work, but I was not seeing movies. So I just fell out of everything. you know, I buried my head in games, so like I'm really up to date on everything with games. But as far as movies, it's been so long for me, so a lot of this is like news to me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I
I'm
hear that.
excited to hear about
yeah.
this Clayface movie. I've kind of been on the side just reading a little bit. This shit looks exciting, bro. Like they're already promising an R rating, and they're talking about September next year is the release date, September 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, it's got the writer from The Haunting of Hill House working on it, penning the screenplay. Like, this is like getting me excited. I'm not trying to hijack the conversation, but I'm excited about that project.
You know, I'm glad that you're finding something that's exciting.
Yeah, nice, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it. I was just looking it up now.
Retrolad wants to know, wants Rex to watch the Infinity Saga of Marvel.
The Infinity Saga?
Yeah. Like Marvel, like they made so a whole, when they built up phase one, phase two, they built it up to a big threat, right? So they built up the first set of movies, established the heroes, the second set developed them further, and then they build up to Thanos.
Okay, yeah.
So they do two movies that leads up. So then you have Infinity War and Endgame. But you got to watch everything to build up.
Isn't it like
experience.
31 movies total or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
It's something crazy, right? Have any of you, like, what's the most out of that 31 that you guys have watched?
Oh, what? Well, pretty
all
much
of
all
them.
of them. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Isn't it kind of ironic how
all of
the like movies are sort of meant to be more accessible to a general audience, you know, as opposed to comics that have decades and decades of continuity. But now movies are starting to have years and years of continuity and all this connection. It's like you can't even just jump into those anymore. You got to start with, you know, over here, and it's a whole thing.
Okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something different now. I love that we're getting questions from the chat, but I want to spice up this podcast and make this little fun topic I just came up with. So you guys have been in the hot seat all show because you guys are our guests. You guys are new, right? So I'm gonna give you guys the opportunity each time to put the pressure on me and Chris. You guys can ask us anything you want about our channel, anything about like what we think about like what fandoms we're into, what kind of inspired us to get into YouTube. Either of us, just guys, pick what you want to do and pick on whichever one of us.
Okay. All right, I'll go first. What was when you decided that you were going to do YouTube and you were going to start your channel and you were kind of like planning what you were going to do, what was the first piece of content you decided to make and why?
Is this for me or for you?
It could be for both of you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you got an answer, Chris? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah, so I think my the first piece of content I made on the channel was I think it was something to do with Apex Legends, I think, because I was pretty heavy into that at the time.
That's awesome.
And,
it's one of the first games I ever streamed.
Yeah, no, you know, definitely it's a great game. Obviously, like it's gone down in quality nowadays, but you know, yeah, that was the first piece of content, I think, just because I think that was the game that kind of brought me back into FPS like shooters and stuff. So when I really like look back at that video, all the content around that in general, I just look back and feel like, damn, like this game really like heightened my awareness for like first person shooters more than I thought it would be, you know, because I loved Halo. Halo will be above Apex for me, but Apex was the one that really grabbed me back in and with that. So I said, I want this to be the first one because I definitely want to make more content around this and just pushing it forward. And,
that's awesome.
You know.
Yeah, I love that. What about you, Joey?
It's
you
been
scrolling
so
through
long,
your
so
YouTube right now? Look at it. You cheating on the test.
I just want to see what my first video is to remember kind of like what
outside
it was
of like an introduction video or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to think like what was the first thing I ever did, because I think I have an answer, but I want to make sure I was right in case I'm not wrong. Because my answer would be I think it was when I reviewed Last Jedi for the first time.
Okay, that's cool.
So because when I started YouTube, I really wanted to do reactions and reviews because when I was a kid, I loved watching movies and I loved like giving my take on them instantly. There's been so many people in that game, so I've always tried to put my own spin on it and kind of what my thoughts are. Like I always enjoyed movies more than even people like. There's movies that people say are terrible that I actually quite enjoy, or there's movies where like you know that wasn't as bad as they said it was. So like I probably wanted to give a fair perspective on all of it. So I was looking to see if that was the right one I first did. because maybe there's another movie I reviewed first, or like, because back then it was very low tech. I don't think I did a lot, so I was trying to see what was the first one I made, because it was like been so long.
Well,
I don't even think people let me go that far.
no, you can sort by oldest. Your first one was well, you got some personal videos up here. I don't know if those would count. But your first one,
I think I have so many. I'm trying to think, how do I sort by oldest?
it looks like you did a Cobra Kai season 3 non-spoiler review 4 years ago. That was like the first like piece of like specific content. You did rank the Karate Kid films.
Oh yeah, because when I got into Cobra Kai, when I started, the two things I focused on there, we can do that. So I started with YouTube. I loved The Mandalorian. So when I saw Luke Skywalker, I was so mad because I started my channel right as Luke Skywalker popped up in The Mandalorian season 2. And so I was so mad because I wanted to start YouTube before that because I wanted to react to that. And I didn't know that was coming. So like, then I wanted to be like that for everything moving forward. And so like when I started, I really got into, I was going through a rough breakup. And so I started karate roughly around the same time I was getting into Cobra Kai. But before Cobra Kai, my dad told me I needed to rewatch the Karate Kid films. So I went and watched them and went crazy. Yeah, I do need to work on that, Retro Lad. I need to spend some time today and start making more playlists so I can sort my stuff. I've been trying to work on that, but it's just there's never enough time in the day to sort it into playlists. But that's something I really want to work on because I want to make sure people know that there are playlists for certain types of videos I'm making. But yeah, so I really liked that. I really like talking about Cobra Kai and the connection to martial arts and like Karate Kid. And I always remember liking the films as a kid, but I didn't remember if I saw all of them. So then I literally decided I needed to do that. So yeah, I had to for sure. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, like Retro Lad said, I had started working on playlists, but I have so many videos. It's hard to like, how do I put it in a category? Like, oh, this goes here, like move it around and everything. Yeah. But I do want to do that today.
Sounds good.
I think I'll be more successful. I'll be more successful if I put more playlists, I think, because I think I'll be able to put it into a specific category. Because one thing I think that I've really struggled with my channel is I see so many people that like they make a channel for one thing and then they make a channel for another thing, right? And I wanted one channel just to be everything. So I want to find a way to make so that people get surprised. So like someday I'm talking about this, then another day I'm talking about this. So one of my biggest things I'm trying to figure out is how do I get I'm getting so many different audiences because different topics, but how do I make my channel, what can I do other than like get better equipment? Because I'm working on getting better equipment. But what can I do to kind of make my channel stand out more that kind of like really, that you think really works? Like since you've been doing this for a while. Like I see playlists. I've heard playlists work a lot, but one thing I always have a question is sometimes when I title my videos, I don't know what the algorithm is going to catch on to. So sometimes when I put something on the thumbnail, like if it's a review, oh, here's a non-spoiler review, or here's this. Something in a title that like gravitates towards, start with the Legions episodes. Yeah, I could start that with a playlist. I could make that. That's not too hard. I know where all those are. So that.
Yeah, I think these days with YouTube, it's just like, I don't know. I try my best not to pay attention too much to the algorithm because 1 minute it could be down. 1 minute you could be down on views. The next minute, like you get a video and then it just does one thing and another, and then it's just like so you never really know with the algorithm. So I just upload wherever I feel comfortable with, wherever I feel nice that I'm doing, then I'm doing that, and then just let the
so I was wondering if you guys like when you make a video, like long form content. Do you have like a way, like, is there a certain title that you think that gravitates?
So like for me, because if I'm doing a let's play and I know the video is like longer than like, let's say 20 minutes. So if it's a good 45 minutes to an hour, I try my best to like highlight something that particularly happens in that particular episode, in the episode. So in that way people see it. And then if they see a clip at the start, to be like, oh, okay, this is going to happen. When is it going to happen? And then they kind of just have to keep watching to see when exactly it's going to happen. You know what I mean? And then if it's like shorter videos, I think with shorter videos, it kind of just depends on what I'm talking about. So I know, like, sometimes if you have a good thumbnail, it can just catch people just like that. And then if the title's based around that, then you should be okay. So, you know.
Yeah, Beyond the Kai says tags and hashtags can get you views quick
Yeah,
too.
that's
Apparently.
good as well too.
Sometimes I forget to add that, but does that matter? Like,
I think the
tags and
hashtags work.
that
I think tags. I don't know. They say it doesn't work.
I think it
Like how we
matters
used to,
more. I think it matters more on other platforms like Instagram and TikTok. I think on YouTube tags. I think tags are a little less relevant. I think like a thumbnail would catch you more on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just because
what
because due to the fact that like YouTube is usually you are searching for the video or it comes across your feed and you have to like click into it, so the thumbnail has to catch your attention, whereas on like TikTok or Instagram you're kind of scrolling and the videos are just playing, so it's more about the first 5 seconds of video on those types of platform, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna talk. I before you came in, Chris. I was gonna talk to you off stream because I know you made those really good Final Fantasy thumbnails for me, right? So I am looking for a new person to make my thumbnails because I just don't have the time. So I wonder if that'd be something you'd be interested in if I send you what I'm kind of looking for.
For sure. Yeah,
if you,
that's cool.
Oh, that'd be sick, man. That would be sick because I just don't have the time to do the thumbnails and to make the videos and to do all the editing. I can handle the editing and do the videos. But I'm working on the videos and I don't have time to do. And I think I don't have the good software to edit them on my phone or whatever. I know you have really good software, so
that's cool. I don't have a problem with that.
So I'm gonna send you because I'm behind on a lot of stuff. You might get a list from me later, so get ready for this. So you're probably getting a list. So because I have a big list for you pretty soon. So. Oh yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, your thumbnails. I looked at yours, Rex. They're pretty good. I like the eye-catching stuff for the gaming streams.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, I make my own thumbnails, but it it took me a while to kind of figure out thumbnails, to figure out like what fonts to use and when, and like what was eye-catching and what worked, and how to make titles and thumbnails like complement each other. And I still like honestly, I've been doing this for like 5 years. I've been getting more serious with it each year, but I feel like I didn't start really kind of understanding that stuff until recently. Like it's like you kind of feel around in the dark for a while, and then you start to kind of find your way. It's tough because like we don't have universities to go to. There's no community college for content creators, although that's changing. But we're kind of self-taught, man. We come from the era of being completely self-taught. That's brutal, man. How many months and years do you think you lost just trying to learn how the algorithm works and what language works and stuff like that with titles? It's crazy.
I read a what was it called? I read a book from the library, and it's called YouTube for Dummies, and it was like trying to explain like how all this stuff works, but because the algorithm is just always changing.
Yep.
Yeah,
I never know. Like there are things that really hit. Like I don't know what it is. I've noticed if I rank movies or like I did this. One of my favorite videos I ever made, and you can find it on my channel. And I'm probably gonna start putting them into place because I want to do more of them. Was when X-Men '97 came out. I ranked the characters of X-Men '97, and that video really blew up.
That's a great video.
So I love that type of like doing ranking stuff. I need to do more of. I know they do sell. Like people do
love
like
that,
hear other people's on characters. So I got to do more rankings more often. So
yeah, there's certain videos that'll always kind of go over well. Like rankings go over well. Reviews will always go over well. Tutorials go over well. There's just certain types of like genres on YouTube that are always pretty reliable if you can find something that works for you, that works in your niche.
Definitely. I think because nowadays as well, like especially like with Let's Plays, like not everybody's as because it's so accessible. Everybody can kind of play a game now. They don't have to watch a YouTuber to play or something like that. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So like if you do like a review which could last like 15, 20 minutes, I was like, okay, that don't last long. I can watch that easily and then move on to the next thing. But
I agree.
Yeah, you know what Chris is talking about? That's the reason why I'm still multi-streaming instead of just streaming on Twitch and uploading my playthroughs, like episode 1, 2, 3. Because like streaming really killed Let's Plays. It's like, why would I watch when you played it last week if I could be like in your chat watching your live reaction and then talk to the person?
So
like that's why like even though YouTube, it's frustrating because YouTube likes for you when you have a YouTube channel, the algorithm really likes for you to do one thing, so that it can be like, okay, you serve this flavor of ice cream. I'm going to give this flavor to people that only like this flavor of ice cream. And that's how basically a very simplified way of explaining the algorithm.
Yeah.
So it's like, I put out video content on my Rex Sterling Live channel along with streaming there, and the algorithm does not like that shit at all. There's some people that only want videos, some people that only want streams, and so it makes it a little bit harder to grow. But if I didn't stream the games that I do my full playthroughs of on my YouTube channel, I just don't see it getting any views because people want to interact with the content live now, man, especially with gaming.
Yeah. So let me ask you this as a question. I've made reaction videos before, but they don't always hit as often, but sometimes they do. Would you say, like, when something comes out, like a trailer for a movie comes out, or some other thing, like maybe it's a trailer, maybe it's a trailer for a new game, maybe it's I'm trying to think what's another thing that you would react to, but like just reactions in general. As someone who's done YouTube for a while, would you say reactions live are better than making a video reaction because people are there with you as a reacting, or like what would you say?
I guess it depends on like what your primary content is on your channel. But I would always say if you're passionate about some form of reaction content, whether it's trailers or like take what I did earlier today with the Oblivion remaster, right? I reacted to it live with my community, so we got to share that experience. But you know that there's going to be people that are asleep. There's going to be people that are at work. There's going to be people that just miss it. And they see a 1 hour or a 2 hour VOD where you reacted to a 7-minute trailer. That's overwhelming for a lot of viewers. So I do both. I reacted to it, I ended the stream, and then I went and edited together like a 3-4 minute version with just the highlights of my reactions, and I put out that video. And now that video, I think the stream is still sitting at like 300, 400 views, but that video I put out is already past 2,000. So
well, that's good. It's okay. So you're saying doing both is helps. Okay. Good to know. So that's good. I'm going to do that more often now. I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah. It's and as far as like, and then like what I did for like the thumbnail and stuff, I just took the moment like they were showing the old gameplay footage, and then like they did this transition, and it went to the new gameplay, and so you got me going, oh shit, and then you see like the guy, like the Emperor's face for the first time, the new character model for the first time. There's your thumbnail. You know what I mean? I just threw it right in Canva, made my little I double layered it, and then the layer that was on top is the same picture on the same picture, but I cut out everything, like I cropped it to where it was just my cam, and then I stretched it to make my cam a little bit bigger on top of the thumbnail of the gameplay, and just sorted it the way I wanted it, titled it, and sent that shit out, man. And like when you're doing reactions, I'm gonna tell you, it's speed is like of the essence, man, because like you take a look at Google Trends or something like that, what you'll see is that today and maybe tomorrow, the search traffic for Oblivion and the Oblivion remaster and reactions to that's going to be super high for like maybe 48 hours, and then that shit's going to drop it's going to drop straight down. So one mistake that a lot of creators make is they'll get a good reaction and they'll be like, shit, I'm gonna whip this up. I'm gonna spend some time in the kitchen and cook, right? And now I'm gonna spend like 2-3 days editing it and doing all the like TikTok and the subtitles and zooms. By the time you put it out, that shit ain't trending no more. And then you wonder, like, I put all that work in, but it wasn't about the amount of work you put in. It was about getting it out fast. People's attention spans, they just go so quick.
So you're saying like, even though people like, I get a lot of people that complain on my channel, a lot of people like just haters, not really like people I call regular viewers, but I get a lot of people that there's a guy that trolls me that likes to say that he doesn't like my editing on my video.
Oh man, when your regular viewers are the haters, that's the worst. That's the worst. I've been there.
Yeah. So it's like, for me, one thing I was gonna say is like, so you're saying in that situation, it's better to get things out fast than like having to like, because you want it to be edited good, you want it to look good, but like you don't have to spend a ton of time editing. Like, it shouldn't take you days just to make sure it's perfect. You're saying it's better to just get it out there, so it's out there, right? Is that
If
is
it's
that what
if
I'm
Well, if you're covering something that's under like some type of time like news,
Right.
you know, like if a trailer drops, that trailer will be relevant for like 48
Exactly.
hours, and then people are on to the next
if it's
thing.
the trending
See, that
topic,
explains something what happens.
Right.
Yeah, that explains. Because there's been times I've missed that and I've reacted to it and I didn't do as well. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Actually, I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
yeah, that's why some of the biggest
Like that.
YouTubers. You look at Moist Critical. I mean, you just look at his goofy ass thumbnails. It's just him in his white T-shirt at his computer, and the title's always super simple. The thumbnail is just probably one of the pre-selected thumbnails YouTube Studio gave him.
Yeah.
But the reason why his channel is so popular and the reason why his sub count keeps going up and it hasn't lost relevance is because the speed at which he gets videos out. Because he just he hits record in OBS. He talks about what he wants to talk about. He throws it in, like, I think he uses Sony Vegas, and he just boom, 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 throws it together himself, and then he just puts it out and he picks the thumbnail and the title. But it's consistent. It's every day, and it's on a topic that's happening right now. The newest TV show he's watching, the newest video game he's playing, and so he's always there. He's a dependable creator for like what's happening right now. So when something happens right now, like the Oblivion remake or something like that, people are like, I got to see what Charlie says today. I know he's going to put a video out. That consistency is extremely valuable. You know, you put out one great video a month, people are still going to watch Charlie over you.
Right.
That's true. That's true. I think with that as well, like when I look back at, like when you look back at those YouTubers as well, like they're like a lot of them, because they started like in the era of like before all the changes happened as well. Back then I felt like it was more simpler to like do just if you got that certain rhythm, you can still do it now, because back then that's what it was, and people still kind of like that now. Whereas now YouTuber come and said, all right, well, now you got to do all this and that to get all these changes, to make all these things happen in your channel. And it's like, all right, cool, I get it, because you know you want people to actually interact with your stuff, but then also you gotta understand is like, well, like not everybody's gonna watch a 20-minute video straight away. They might just click on it for a good minute or two, come back to it later on in the evening or something or whatever. You know what I mean? So
that's a really good point. There's been so many different eras of YouTube, and Charlie's from a different era than, you know, if you're coming up in the last 3, 4, 5 years, you're coming up in a totally different era than him.
Yeah.
So that's also a really good point. If you built up your channel and you hit 1 million subs in 2015, then you're set as long as you keep making content. You know, and I think that's something that newer content creators they have to figure out, because something might be working for like Mr. Beast or whatever, or it might be working for somebody that's like newer or they're popping right now. And you'll notice that, like, if you've followed any like major YouTuber for multiple years, you'll see that they go through phases where their thumbnails are a certain way for like a couple of months. They're just doing like, it's just a tweet. That was a big thing that Asmongold and Moist Critical and a lot of people were doing. Even PewDiePie was doing it for a little while, where your thumbnail was just like a tweet of a subject you were talking about. You'll see them go through phases where they experiment, but the problem is, like, just because something works for somebody else doesn't mean it'll work for you. You know, and I think the authenticity is what's missing on the platform the most right now, and that's what people are looking for. That's what they're hungry for. And there's so much manufactured content that people are kind of, I think, a little bit bored of. And I think, you know, when you look at a lot of channels that are starting to get more traction today, it's people with like a shitty 720 webcam in their bedroom, like it's YouTube from 2009, and people are like, oh, I miss this. It's nostalgic for them.
Yeah.
So there's room for, like, if you feel like, you know, I came up in the wrong era, right? If you're like, man, like I like content like what they were doing in 2012, then don't be afraid to make that, because you're not the only one that feels that way.
That's true.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab a drink behind me real quick.
Go ahead. I was gonna get a new one too. Oh yeah, Chris. I was mentioning about OBS. I wondered, would you think you have time today to show me some of that stuff today?
OBS, yeah, I could show you some things. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh yeah, Max. Yeah. Well, I had to get another drink myself, honestly. Yeah, this is really good. I like hearing this. YouTube advice is really helping me, Chris, for sure. I like this.
Wait, so Eli, what's your how many subscribers do you have on your main channel? Or do you have how many channels do you have actually? Sorry, I can remember asking that.
Okay. Yeah, so on my Instagram page, which is really kind of where my Batman Beyond page originates
Yeah.
from, that I have about 8,000 or about 8,600 followers on that.
Okay.
On TikTok, which I'm just recently starting, I'm at about 700, give or take. And then on YouTube, which is brand new, I'm at about 70.
Okay.
But on YouTube, I haven't started any of my long form content yet, which will be like the real meat and potatoes of what I'm trying to do. It basically, what I do on Instagram is I'll take excerpts from the show. I mean, I do a bunch of different stuff. What I've been doing recently, I take excerpts from the show. I'll take like a part of its soundtrack because the entire library of its music has been released incrementally. So I'm basically pairing the music with the show. So it's basically the scenes void of dialogue. So you can kind of like get the music experience of the show. I'm posting like behind the scenes stuff. I do like I said, character bios. But the big thing I want to do is, and I have like all the scripting done, and I've been kind of working on these videos for a long time. It's going to be video essays on each episode. It's going to be the animated movie that went in with it, and then all of the comic continuity. So, and it's going to be kind of analysis style. But recently I've been doing more short form content because that's sadly where all the attention and views are right now. Kids like their reels and the shorts and stuff like that. So that's what I've been making. But my heart and interest lies in long form content. That's what I consume on YouTube. I love video essays about, my favorite movies or games or whatever it need be. I'll just put it on while I'm at work and just listen for hours. So that's the kind of thing I want to make for this show. And I have a lot to say about it. Pages and pages and pages of docs. So I've been organizing it into like kind of structured video essays, and but the shorts I've been making on Instagram and TikTok, they've been doing really good numbers. I mean, I got with my analytic tool, it's saying I got, I would say my best performed video recently currently has 49,000 views.
Right.
So that's
good.
pretty good,
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hard part about YouTube is that you want to make something that people can reliably come to and expect, because it's a comfort for a lot of people. It's like TV for them, right? So they come to certain channels expecting certain content. But at the same time, you don't want to be overly redundant or formulaic, and you don't want to. You want to also be somewhat innovative with the content you're making. So, I think like what some of you guys do of trying to talk about like the trending topics, that's really hard because you have to keep up with it.
For sure.
Talking about something niche like a Batman show that aired 20 something years ago, that's a little different because it's really just people who are interested in the niche coming to my channel. It's not like it grows and there's people that like the show, but it's more of a niche thing. So I'm trying to kind of gravitate towards a slightly different community in that way. But all the same, the traffic's been good, and everyone loves Batman. So
of course.
Yeah, with Retchlot asking about your Dark Inception trailer or channel.
Oh, my Dark Inception channel. Yeah, so basically that was my original YouTube channel, and that's where I put up, like, when you're talking about old YouTube where people just got in front of a camera and just talked about anything and didn't, that was where I did that. And I talked about comics, I talked about shows at the time. That was kind of my original channel. But it was, in relatively recent years, I more so focused on Batman Beyond. So I kind of stopped posting on that channel. Now I just use that as my YouTube channel where I watch things. But I don't really post on that channel much anymore.
So Rex, I know you said you had
For
to
the moment.
leave. You had to leave in 10 minutes. So it's been great having you, man. Thanks for the advice. You are welcome to come back anytime, my friend. I mean,
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
and we're gonna of course continue to watch your success grow, and we appreciate the same. Of course, it's fantastic to hear that stuff. Oh, looks like Beyond the Kai has something. I think maybe a question for you or just everyone. Let's see. I have a question. Oh, for everyone. Okay. I have a question for everyone on my other channel. When I do reactions, I don't show my face, just audio reactions. Does that help when it's audio reaction? Do I put audio reaction in my title?
Oh no, you don't have to do that because you just put reaction really.
Okay.
And then you do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an audio reaction to me sounds more like a commentary, which is totally
Yeah.
fine. It's just that a reaction, and it is a form of reaction, absolutely. I wouldn't be afraid to show your face because I think whatever success you're seeing on that channel, you'd probably see even more because that's what people like about reaction channels. They like seeing the shock go across your face, or they like watching people cry if they see something sad. They really like that human kind of emotion that's brought to watching a trailer or a movie or something that they enjoy. They want to see your reaction
Which
to
is
it.
why it blows my mind
so
that there's so many freaking AI channels out there where you don't see anyone's face and they make so many.
Yeah.
True.
So my point is just I wouldn't be afraid to show
Yeah,
your
man.
face because I think people would really be interested in seeing what you have to feel about certain things. You know?
But yeah, if you do the commentary stuff as well, there's nothing wrong with that as well. Because sometimes I do that.
Yeah, and commentary is great too.
Yeah, what's important is that you give the viewers something to look at. Like, so it also depends on what you're reacting to, right? So like if you're reacting to a movie trailer, I think an audio reaction hurts you because like that specifically they're going to be looking for your like facial
They want
reaction.
to see that shot
If you're
by
reacting
shot.
to like news or something like that, there's a lot of like, I mean, look at VTubers. You know what I mean? They're not on camera. They're just giving you something to look at on the screen.
Yeah.
You can just do the same thing. There's a lot of reaction channels that don't use face cams. They just make sure that they constantly have something on screen for you to look at while they're talking about the subject. It's just that, you know, again, it's easier with certain content like news, and it's harder with other types of content like a reaction to something like a movie trailer or something where people are going to be looking for that shock in your face and something like that.
Yep.
My other question before you go, Rex, was so when I do movie reviews lately with some of my videos, I've been trying to experiment with movie shows and TV show reviews. For the longest time, when I had low budget stuff and I didn't usually do that crazy editing, it just was me and a mic and whatever I did. I used to just do just my face, do the video, and then a couple of like maybe like what do they call it? Maybe like some background music or something. But like lately with movie reviews, I've been doing like half and half where sometimes I show my face for a little bit, but then I also like kind of have like maybe like pictures from a movie or like from a show, like stills or something. But do you feel like with movie reviews, do you feel like that's still something that people rely with seeing people's face, like to see what people are like talking about? Or do you feel it's like you think they're fine with like cutaways or like what kind of gravitates that kind of?
I think with movie reviews in particular, like I think plenty of people would be fine just listening to you. After all, I love listening to podcasts while I'm working of people talking about things that I like. I'm just saying in for reaction in particular, people are looking for, you know, again, to see what you're emoting in that particular moment, you know, and they're usually doing it in relation to themselves. Wow, you know, the Joker just blew up this hospital. That had me in total shock. What's this guy going to think? I have to see his face.
I
You know,
get it.
it's that kind of
I was
idea.
curious. I was experimenting on it, and I didn't. And I wanted to know if it's better to go back to what was working previously because it seems like it works, right? Instead of experimenting the previous. So that's
So
that's
it's
good to
also
know.
about what's easier for you. Like for instance, like if you're like if your webcam's not good and like you're not in a well lit room and stuff like that, you may want to not go with the cam and instead like flash images or like parts of like non-copyright content or something on the screen, right?
Right.
Or but for a lot of people the extra editing that comes with that is like super time consuming. Maybe they have a slower computer, maybe they have a laptop and they have to wait till they can get to a desktop to edit, whatever your situation is.
Yeah.
So for some people it is simpler to just record and post as is. So I think it's also important to keep in mind that if you want to grow whatever it is you're doing, you need to be able to do it consistently. So you need to ask yourself, I can do one or the other, right? I can do the editing style where I either take myself off completely and I use images and like whatever, or I can splice it up, or I can just record it and post it. Which one of those do you think you can do, 20 times a month without getting burned out?
Right. And then so that's my other question, right? So like a lot of us work so hard to have like our intro to introduce our channel in the beginning of the thing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, if I say I'm filming from my laptop, I always have to switch from my laptop and then convert to whatever so I can add clips and whatever I need to do, right?
Mhm.
But would you say it's just easier just to like take the laptop, put it on YouTube, and just go for it? Or like, do you think it is that extra editing that you need? Like, do you think it needs the clips or it needs the pictures or like it needs
Yeah.
like that's the question
I think it just kind of depends on what niche you're doing. Like, I feel like for reviews and like if you're doing like show reviews and things like that, sometimes people just prefer when like they just see you and you're talking, and then there's not much editing to it because it's still just talking about a certain show. But if it's like gaming or something like a review, they're gonna want to see that chopped parts of where you like certain bits or side by side views of like what's a better like what looks better this way or that way or something.
So it just depends, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is this content that would go on this channel where you're doing this podcast?
So where I'm doing this podcast, all my content goes on my channel. So
it would be going on the same channel.
Yep.
So if I'm a viewer, what I would be thinking is like, if you show your face in the podcast, I would expect you to show your face in the video content, unless when you post that video content and you don't show your face, the editing is really fucking good. Then I'd be like, well, I get it. You know what I mean? But unless that is like top tier editing, I think most of your viewers, if they see you live, they're going to they're going to expect the same presentation in a video format as well.
Okay, so I'll keep them. So I'll keep that in mind. So that from now on, I'm just gonna strictly from that focus. The idea is just to, if I'm going live and I'm showing my face, then I'm showing my face when I make my videos. So that makes sense. That's a good idea.
Unless you want to like pay $80 to $150 per video to have an editor like really go to town on it, I would just do what you're doing now because I mean, you look comfortable on camera now. And you're obviously enthusiastic when you talk about the content. I think there's plenty of people that will like that. And I think that when you're just starting out, it's more important for you to just build up your channel with content and get more of that experience, like posting, making titles, choosing thumbnails, etc. Like even if the video bombs, like the experience of making them over and over and over, you can't help but get better over time.
Yeah, I agree. The repetition, some things just, you discover what works and what doesn't work. Like I was gonna see, let's see, because I posted that. Why did I not find my YouTube app? My app just disappeared now and I can't find it. That's not good. It's got to be here somewhere. Okay, Studios is over here. It's like everything just moves in places that I'm like, well, where does it go? Okay, so here it is. So it showed up. Okay, so it looks like it's doing pretty good, but like I'm trying to find the perfect balance of like figuring out what videos are working and what's not. Because sometimes it's so hit or miss. And I know like I was gone for a few days because I had a lot of personal issues in the last week and stuff. So like now I'm trying to just kind of get back out there and really just, because I do a lot of streams and streams get a lot of people and that's great. But I need to get back to doing regular videos again because there's been so many topics that I can only lightly touch on in the stream. And I love the long form content. Like if I spend my entire day working on talking for like a 15-minute video, I'm proud of that. Like if I find something that like I can talk to for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, and
Mhm.
someone actually watch that, I love that because it makes me happy.
Mm.
Like I don't know why, but like I'm like some of my reviews have been longer because when I was a kid, I always had so much passion for certain things and the details. And like I went to in high school, I took film class, so like I know how to explain like, oh, this is an over, this is shaky cam, this is an over the shoulder shot, this is this, and the technical terms. I'm always very good at like understanding and
Mhm.
explaining to people.
Mm.
So like that's something that I've always thought about, and I always love doing that, explaining things, which is always fun. So I like that. I think that's cool. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
really,
you should lean into it, man, and just keep posting videos, you know, and try
yeah.
to get out, you know, anywhere from like maybe 1 to 3 videos a week or however many, you know, works for you, and just keep building.
Right.
As long as you build that consistency and use your analytics too, you know, like if a video suddenly pops off, take a moment to, you know, examine, you know, was it because it was trending? Did I have a really good thumbnail that day? Was the title like, what was it about it that there's a reason why it popped? You know, figure
Right.
that out and try to add that to your repertoire. Try to repeat
Mhm.
that with the, you know, and every time like something goes right with a video and you're able to identify like that was a really good title, that was a really good thumbnail, and this is why it was a good thumbnail. Every time you like feel like you're able to identify what worked, you just add it like moving forward, and over time that skill set just builds up and builds up and builds up, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. I really like that. I really agree with that. I think that's a really good way to look at that.
Mhm. Well, guys, I got to go ahead and get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
No worries, man. I
Yeah,
really
for sure,
Thank you
man.
guys so
Yeah,
much,
I have
man.
to get going as
Yeah.
well.
thanks for being here, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks guys for being there, man. It's much
Yeah,
appreciated.
it's been great.
Welcome, man.
Yeah, it was
welcome to the league.
Great
We
meeting
hope to see you here again.
Yeah,
man.
thank you, man. It
Definitely.
was a lot of fun, man. I hope you guys have a great rest of your show, and I'll see you again soon.
All right, man.
Thanks,
Peace.
boys.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, I really like that. That
Mhm.
works. So we got Rex. Okay, Eli, would you ever make a
I'm-
Discord to join our community so you can vibe on voice chat and share your content? Plus, you can chat on voice chat on Discord. Link to PS5. He says.
Yeah, I don't have a Discord currently, but we'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna get going as well.
No worries. It was
have
great
a few
having you
things
here,
I have
man.
to-
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
great.
man.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on your show. It's really an honor.
You're
And,
welcome anytime, man. Anytime.
Yeah, definitely.
I
See you
I
again
appreciate it.
soon.
And you're, yeah, it was fun talking with you both, and to everyone in the chat, thank you guys for your engaging questions. And you know, it's always fun to be here.
Yeah, man. It's just fantastic to have you all here. It means so much.
All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you soon, and thank you
All
again.
right, see ya.
We'll talk soon. Just looking through my stuff. Yeah, so that was great. So we are gonna wrap the show soon. I think I want to talk with I think it's a good time to end the show at 6:00. I
Yeah.
still have maybe 2 hours before Andor comes out.
Mm.
I was thinking you and I could I don't know if you want to talk on Discord or how you want to do it, but
Yeah, we can talk on Discord.
talk to you about a couple things.
Yeah,
I want to talk to you about my thumbnail creation plans. I'm going to send you a list of things
yeah.
I'm going to need done by the end of the night. So,
Yeah.
so I'm going to send you. I have a couple I want to send you. But also, I thought maybe you could show me how OBS works, because not only would that help for Discord, but maybe that's a good way to record videos as well. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
So let's should we hop
We'll do
over
that.
to Discord on PlayStation and
Yeah, we'll
chat?
do that, man. We'll just do that stuff. All right.
Yeah, I'll end the stream. And
Yeah.
you want me to, should we just go into Hall of Justice or where you want to go?
Yeah, Hulu Justice is fine.
All right, sounds good. I'll meet you over there, boss.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks
cool.
for being on